here. Let's see, this morning in the NBA, Terry, and is where we're gonna start. LaMelo Ball came back last night for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, that's a good rival back as they get blown out.
Did they not pull off the victory last night, Terry?
No.
The Warriors got beat by 36 the other night. Saw that.
Somebody got beat by
62
60-something.
Yeah.
Hornets lost 135-99 last night.
36.
Terry, I didn't see the score anywhere on my highlights. This more all I saw was LaMelo.
Yeah, of how many points
LaMelo
he
had
scored?
28 points.
There you go.
That's
right
all
off the
I knew
bat.
exactly how many LaMelo scored. I had no idea right now, this second, how
He
many
got
points.
back,
Or
and he
if they
led the
even
team.
won, Tom. I had no idea if the Hornets even won.
What LaMelo had.
But I knew LaMelo's stats.
How many Instagram clicks did he get?
Who
Yeah,
cares?
that's the only thing that matters in the NBA now.
Yeah, I know.
Wemby against the Hornets last night, 26 points, 11 rebounds in 20 minutes.
And he didn't make the highlights, probably.
He had a 26
You
10
mean
in 20 minutes.
They got beat. They get beat by that by the Spurs.
Yeah, that bad.
Yes, Tom.
Wow.
They got beat with 36 points by the San Antonio Spurs. And I'm going to try to find the highlight, but it was funny. One of the Spurs guys, Wemby went to the lane to dunk it, Terry, and one of the Dodo Spurs kids was calling for a oop.
Yeah, like you're getting that back from.
And Wemby just tomahawked it on the Hornets' heads is what happened. But
Yeah, they're within one game of the Hornets with a record.
I know. But we
That's
got LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, good job.
What? How do you spell Wemby?
I think it's with an M instead of N.
when is he-
W-E-M, I think.
When is he a free agent?
Who?
You think
Ball.
Charlotte's going to let him go? Oh, you think they're going to let him go?
If he's
No.
a free agent,
No.
he can go where he wants.
Well, I know he can, but do you think he's going to do that? Everybody in Charlotte loves him.
They loved what's his name too, but he of course the Hornets didn't.
No, he's definitely walking because that's how Charlotte does. We're not going to get anything for him.
Yep.
We're going to sit here and not trade him, and then as soon as the contract's up, he's going, I'm not resigning.
And then somehow we'll always get the number 2 draft pick in the draft, and we'll miss out on the big guys.
Who was our big guy before LaMelo? Was from UConn.
Rebecca Okafor.
Yeah,
Okafor.
no, not Oakland. The
Kimba?
Kimba. Yeah. I mean, but and that part of that was Charlotte didn't want to invest in him, and honestly, that looked like it was wise in retrospect because his career went downhill after that.
I was getting ready to say, when's the last time you heard of him? Well, that's the last time.
He
was
plays
at-
overseas somewhere.
Yeah.
How's their second pick doing this? Is Miller?
Yeah,
Brandon,
they advertised
yeah.
that on the radio yesterday. They said this is going to be, number 1 versus number 2, but yeah, that
They
went
said
well.
their best backcourt is when Miller and Rozier are back there playing together. I guess, Rozier's teaching him. I mean, that's what it is down there. I mean, you got some athletes who are playing down there who have been on winning teams, who know how to win, but nobody else, I mean, come on. Listen to these guys. Just on account of you come in the NBA and you think you know it all and I'm the best and I'm going to shoot. I just don't get into none of that. You have got veteran players down there in Charlotte who should take up and say, this is not what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And, I mean, Clifford as a coach, I mean, we've always seen this before. Is he the coach for the future? No. He's just a fill-in right now because Michael really probably didn't have nowhere else to go get a coach.
Who'd want to go there?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's not an appealing neither Charlotte franchise right now is very appealing.
Yeah, they talked about getting just to switch gears for a second. Vrabel, do you think would a guy like that, would a guy with that much coaching clout, whether NBA, NFL, come here right now?
Oh, he would. He would.
Think
But
so? Okay.
I think he would.
He would. I think he'd take any job they'd offer him. But here's the play. Guys. Watch the corner, Sochin in the corner. He calls for an alley-oop while Wimbiana's taking it to the hole. Look.
No, I'm good.
He caught the oop before Wimbiana took off. But look at him. He's calling for it right there.
Right here.
Throw it to
Imagine
me.
being the guy in the circle. Like,
You got
it's not going to be good.
But you got to get out of that circle. He would have to take a step up into him. See, Because if he's in that circle, you can't take a charge there, right?
Right. No.
Yeah, but I'm saying, imagine being him. You're like
I'm
poster,
getting dunked on no matter
poster.
what here. There's nothing he can do.
I'm going back and telling Coach Clifford, like, Coach,
He
that,
moved.
I had to guard that guy, make sure he didn't give him an alley oop.
He didn't even try.
But the dodo that wanted to oop, he still jumped. Look at him. Oop. Oh, he literally thought he was going to throw that to me. I better get out of the way.
Yeah, that guy's a freak.
One pick away from being a Charlotte Hornet.
Yeah.
It happened.
One pick
how
away
many
from
times?
being a Charlotte Hornet,
Well,
guys.
we missed out on Dwight Howard and his rookie.
No Shaq, no
Yeah.
Dwight Howard,
Everything
no
never fails.
Wimbiana.
When we get the franchise started, we get what, the 7th pick?
Traded Kobe.
Here, y'all get
Traded Kobe. We
y'all-
get Vlade.
Y'all get the Bobcats and Cody Zeller.
Well, the trade
and Adam
Kobe
Morrison.
was
And
the
Adam
reason
Morrison.
Kobe did.
Gracious.
He flat out told him he didn't want to play in Charlotte.
Noah Vonleh. You just want to keep naming bad draft picks. But Terry, we could do. Kevin, we need to do a bad pick
For the
with
Charlotte draft.
You could put together like a whole squad of the bad picks, and you'd have about 10, 12 players, and they'd be the worst team in the league, but they would also go to the big three and get handled by whoever's playing in that league right now. The old retired players is how bad they are. So
They said they had some 10-foot aliens in Miami the other week. Wemby wasn't down there, was he?
that's his brother and sister. You know what they call Manute Ball Shorty, didn't they, Zach?
Crazy.
Back in the that was his nickname in his village, Tom.
Shorty.
Shorty.
Yeah, it
Swear-
was.
Yeah. His brothers were 7'9" and 7'11".
Hey,
Wow.
Good gosh.
His brother was actually 7'11".
That's insane.
He was a gas station.
I was getting ready to say. That's insane.
Shorty over here, the runt.
Well,
His son's shorter than him, so he's tiny. He's really tiny.
I would like to see things, kind of turn around. I mean, to help us here on the radio station, I mean, we cover the Hornets, and I want to see them do well. But like you guys said, it's just hard for them to get their act.
They're behind the 8 ball anyway. If they don't hit on draft picks, Kevin said this multiple times, we have to overpay for free agents. So how do you build?
Well, the next thing they have to do, and Terry's already alluded to it, is they've got to figure out what they're going to do with LaMelo Ball. Now you can make all the little baby fans cry, and like Tom's son-in-law, and trade him, and do what you should do, and get value for him, and what's the point of having him on the team at 8-28? Oh, we sold some hot dogs. Hey,
Well,
we sold some tickets.
You just answered your own question.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I'm talking
did.
about that don't win anything. There's no point in him having him on the team.
That's why you have him on the team, though.
No.
That's not why.
Not
you
if
win a
you're
championship.
trying to win.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you can keep him on the team and build around him, but if you're going to build around him, what do you have to do? You have to hit on the next 3 or 4 picks. Yeah. Well, either way, you have to hit on the next 3 or 4 picks. So why don't you trade him for value, or that you can't? The good news is they've got at least some tradable assets as far as somebody's going to want Gordon Hayward here in the next few weeks.
Who's going to want LaMelo?
A lot. Everybody.
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot.
Not everybody going to want him.
Terry.
No, I disagree.
No, teams at the bottom might want him to bring money.
Tom, Cleveland Cavaliers taking him today.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Tell me a team up at the top that wants him. Boston don't need him. Milwaukee don't need him. Philly don't need him.
The Knicks would trade
Indiana
Brunson.
maybe, but I
Brunson
doubt
for
Indiana
LaMelo
would
in a
do that right now. And
Maybe Brunson and Randall.
I could see New York. I could see New York wanting him.
Somebody needs a scorer.
New York would. Orlando.
He shot 5 out of 14 last night.
I know.
No matter. He scored 28.
Yeah, 15 out of 16 from the line.
But he made 5 shots at 28
and
points.
he's the first game back.
NBA.
Well,
you saw the Raptors coach talking about the Lakers and the fouls the other night.
He was hot.
He said, "Just don't even invite us to the game.
Yeah, I know.
If we're not going to come."
You got fined 25,000.
It was like 20-2 in the fourth quarter free throw differential, and the Lakers won by 1.
Wow.
Yeah, he went off.
That's old Braun crying the whole time.
And they're still horrible.
It's just I can't. I mean, the reason why I hate the crying in the NBA is it trickles down, man. Watch some high school games. They cry every call.
It's an awful example.
It's awful. It is. I mean, it's just it makes it unwatchable. I mean, because once you start go down, foul, go down. I don't want to see a game of horse. I want to see a basketball game. I mean, it's just. I guess it just is what it is right now. But that's why basketball, I might watch the last 5 minutes of the game because all it is either fouls or somebody crying because they think they got fouled. And it's just,
Tom, I did the PA for the Gardner Webb Charleston Southern game this past Wednesday night, and like in the opening minute, there was a fairly touch foul called on one of the Charleston Southern players, and the official who called it went over to the Charleston Southern bench, and the head coach of Charleston Southern, I didn't hear everything, but at one point I heard him say, "That's a superficial call. That's a superficial touch foul." Well, their star player within 10 seconds got 2 ticky-tack calls from that same official.
I just get so tired of it, man. I mean, it's just let me call the game. Shut up and sit over there. I just think in the NBA, really, there should be 10 technical fouls called in every game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start teching them and finding
It'll
stop.
stop.
I mean, just you want a product,
And you won't get to the point that you have with someone like Draymond.
Right,
It won't get to that. It won't get to that point.
Right, you want a product that's watchable.
You know who should get a technical foul? Giannis's brother for being in the NBA. Have y'all ever seen this kid? we're going to show you.
Oh, that looks like a celebrity game.
This is Giannis's brother's highlights. Thanos.
It was like MTV Rock and Jock. Look at it.
He's coming to the Celtics.
Like 100%. Like y'all think this is a joke? This kid ain't playing.
Yeah, but he's got Antetokounmpo on the back, so he gets.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, they're picking him up because maybe he can turn into him.
No, he's on the team, so Giannis is living in Milwaukee. So if you want to star, you have to hire his brothers to come on the team. This is what Charlotte has to do, Tom. We're going to have to get LaMelo's other 3 brothers in here on the roster.
How embarrassing is it for Giannis sitting on the sideline watching how bad he is?
Milwaukee's version of Mark Madsen. All right, give him a break now.
Oh, jeez. There's the coach taking a little heat up there in Milwaukee.
Watch this one.
Whoop.
That one's the
Take the bacon grease off the ball.
that was bad.
Yeah, he's not real good.
All right, so I got a bunch to go through here. We have a little fun in the NBA, a little basketball. Oh my goodness, this coaching stuff is so funny. I got a good Phil Mickelson story for you in a minute, Chip. Before we go to break. Let's see.
How the mighty have fallen.
Do I? All right, Terry. This is called the Zach will like this one. This is called not the killer crossover, but the prayer crossover. What? Check this out. What you think about this move right here? Whoop! My man crossed over, went down to his knees in a prayer. The guy jumped at him, Terry, and he went for it. Is that real or fake? Real or fake?
It's sacrilegious is what it is.
What's your vote?
I think it's fake.
You think it's fake?
Come on. Oh, the guy did that. And then he's over there grabbing his head like, oh, well.
Tom. Do what, Tom?
What did I just watch?
Tom said he need technical.
Hey, I think it's an awesome move. Look
Give him
great to
tag.
me.
Neither one of them over 5'4".
No, I'm going to give the kid a tech for falling for that move. That's what I'm going to give.
Lakers had 19 free throws in the last 4 minutes to the Raptors 0. 36-13 total, 19-0 in the last 4 minutes. 8 of the last Lakers' 10 possessions resulted in free throws. For Lakers, Terry, is the NBA fixed?
Well,
We do this all the time.
yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you think.
Be nice
I mean-
it'll be nice when LeBron retires. I don't think it'll be as bad.
Gotta get a couple more-
some more legitimacy to the
Yeah,
He's
league.
got to get a couple more in-season
Look at
tournaments
that.
first.
16 out of 20. one
Get
out
it,
of
Zach.
I mean, I just, I mean, the guy's made his mark, whatever. I know these modern ones want to say, prove that he's the greatest of all time, which he is a great basketball player, and I'm not being a hater, but it's obvious. Just watch the game. It's so obvious that it's slanted towards him. It's just, like I said, it makes it unwatchable.
He is probably probably the best athlete to ever play the game. But Randy Moss is probably the most athletic, best athlete at wide receiver. But that doesn't make him the greatest wide receiver of all time.
No, I mean, I think that everybody who's
I'll
who's
say he's
seen
in the
both
argument as
play,
best athlete, but I'm so hard to be convinced that Wilt Chamberlain is still not the best athlete.
And that's
ever
fair, too.
played in the-
I
played in
I
the
mean,
NBA.
And
when you have new rules invented for you, like
Yeah.
the 3-second rule,
he's
because of
he's
you.
jumping in the high jump and in the
Yeah.
Olympics.
And then we
stuff
talk
like
about,
that.
longevity stats and stuff like that. If that's the case, then Frank Gore's the best running back at ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that it's every year they have the same debate. Though, just watch it. Eventually, after the season ends, they'll have the Jordan versus James debate. Like they never get tired of it. LeBron James is not going to be
Well-
as great as he's great. Now, don't get me wrong, he's great. He's won championships. He's had his leading point scorer, but he's not as great as Michael Jordan. And they're going to do everything they can to try to justify
But
the people that say
as long
he
as every year we get past Jordan being retired, that's less people that have
Right,
seen him.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. You're
That's
right.
why. Why do you think the Last Dance came out when it did?
Yeah.
That's-
Well,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So last night, I'm glad you kind of mentioned it. Did y'all see this last night? What happened with the Bulls?
Yes.
Okay. I want to see. I want to see where y'all are at on it. But so last night the Bulls honored a bunch of folks from the Bulls dynasty or whatever, and y'all know who Jerry Krause is, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was the GM.
Yeah.
Jerry Krause. If he came out, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, I was
If
gonna
he
say
came
passed
out
away.
last night, what type of reception do you believe that Jerry Krause would have received from the fans?
He would have been booed.
In Chicago, I mean, he's the one that put it
Yeah,
together,
he's the
right?
one that put it all together.
But he's also the scapegoat for them not having
If
not
Jerry
staying
Krause would have
together.
walked out last night in front of the fans to be honored,
It'd have been half and half.
do you think he would have been booed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
you
yeah,
would've
there'd
heard
been some
boos.
people.
Last
Yeah.
night, they rolled his widow out there,
They booed.
and she was booed.
Wow.
Awful.
Wow.
And my point, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
That's wrong.
My point is, Jerry would have been booed. The organization knew that. Putting her out there,
Why would you do
they
that to
knew
her?
that. I put fault in the organization. You know there's going to be someone in the crowd that's going to boo Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
And they put it out there, and she got booed, and then she looked upset about it, and then they're making a big deal about it, and whatever you want about the fans. But they believe and they know that man ran Michael Jordan out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have got booed. He's a villain in the town.
Yeah.
So my thing is, do you not to compare this way, but do you roll Ava Braun out there and expect her to get
Yeah.
cheered?
I know,
Like
Like,
come
somebody-
on, guys, there's no reason she would have ever been cheered. She didn't do anything.
In case you were wondering, that was Hitler's wife.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You don't roll her out and be like,
Well done, Tom.
It just, he just,
Here she
he
is.
just name dropped that. I'm like,
Can we get some context
some
here?
people won't know that.
But you understand my point is that I think the organization
Should have
known
protected her.
better. Show his picture on the board. She was never involved in anything.
Yeah.
So why even have her? You know, if she's there,
Why
honor
even
her.
put her out?
Somebody,
Exactly.
somebody in marketing had
Exactly.
rose-colored glasses on, thinking, "Oh, nobody would dare boo her." Somebody was not. Somebody wasn't thinking.
Well, fans are awful too.
Well, they should have took every one of the fans and made them leave. I don't give a darn if you paid for the ticket or not. Leave.
Well, you could have just sat there. You didn't
Yeah,
have to
you.
cheer.
That's all you had to
There's
do.
a
You
lot
didn't have to
there's
do
like-
nothing.
there's-
Just
I
sit
mean,
there.
Stacey King popped up, seeing that name before. He was
Oh.
upset about it. I know Kerr was pretty upset about it.
Why wouldn't you
well,
not be?
Jordan didn't show up. He said he did a video conference.
She had nothing to
you
do
know,
with
and I,
anything he
would
done.
you,
Right.
Pippen didn't show
I
up.
agree with
Well-
you. I don't even think they should put her out there.
No, I could understand. He never wanted to pay Pippen. He got him in that long term.
But they didn't put Jordan's wife out there and be like, "Hey, here's Jordan's wife. Michael couldn't come.
Yeah.
Like, here's Bill Cartwright's third baby mama. Like, what are we doing here? Like, the lady had nothing to do with it.
So they were
Nothing.
They were honoring the team or the
Yes.
Yeah.
So they showed
Yeah.
Tex Schramm and all the Phil
Okay.
Jackson and Horace
Okay.
Grant.
Okay.
Here's Jerry Krause's wife. Hope they don't boo.
And
Like, come
Well, I
on.
will say you got to know the town too. Chicago, New York. These are tough towns.
Philly.
Right.
They're
He probably
tough
don't get
towns.
booed
Philly.
in Charlotte. But
Yeah, so those are tough
or
towns.
Denver.
well, and Jordan's not done anything to necessarily dispute that narrative either. I mean,
No,
he was
nobody had.
and
Krause ran him out of town.
that's well, and he again, you go back to The Last Dance. He pushed that narrative.
Terry, if they honored the '92 Hornets, Zach, are they booing George Shinn? They
Yes.
bring
Yes.
him
Because he left with the
So
team.
should they wheel George Shinn's wife out here just so? Oh God, they're gonna boo George. We don't want boo, so let's just send his wife out there so they don't boo her.
But,
you don't send his wife
I'm
out
just telling
there.
You have to assume people are
Same
awful.
situation.
Just assume people are awful, which they are. So
Nowadays they are.
they are.
Yeah, they
People
are.
just
My
awful.
point is, you can't put a substitute out there for somebody that's going to get booed,
Yeah, I know.
and then be like, "Please don't boo."
Yeah, I know.
And then compound it with him being dead, and it's going to make her emotional.
Please.
Yeah,
Just-
right.
Let's just
The Bulls,
run somebody over
I
with a
think-
bus.
I think.
He's been dead for a while, hadn't he, Kevin?
Yeah, he's not.
It was before the documentary.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was an easy target
But,
for Jordan.
Does anybody in that organization understand this is the man who put all this together?
Yeah, that part's
And I was saying-
forgotten.
See, nobody even thinks of that.
Stacey King, he said, I'm telling you what, Chicago's a sports town. And what we witnessed today when Jerry's name was called and the people booed Jerry Krause and his widow, who was accepting this honor for him, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
There you go.
The one, to answer your question, Terry, the one person who would probably acknowledge is Reinsdorf. And he says it's he acknowledges, you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Krause. You say put it together. He did. What did he do? He drafted Pippen, so he got lucky with that pick. Other than that, he didn't do anything. He didn't want Phil Jackson.
He made.
He didn't want Michael Jordan. He didn't want Phil Jackson in town.
He also made.
So he got lucky and drafted Scottie Pippen. That's all he did. He ran Horace Grant out of town.
I just, you know, the thing
He
that
ran
bothered
everybody
me
out of town.
is